What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the movie Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, we're talking about the originator here, the one that came out in 2016. I'm kind of doing a 180 here, or not kind of, but I pretty much am. I mean, yesterday I talked about The Marvels, which is a Marvel superhero movie, and now I'm talking about DC villains. And I actually plan on talking about Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and Peacemaker. 4 vids in a row, man. I rewatched all the shit, man. I love these DC villain movies, I can't lie. And yes, even this one. I do think the Suicide Squad, again, I have to distinguish. Suicide Squad 2016. You guys know which one I'm talking about now, obviously, but it's kind of annoying. Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad, whatever. But I do actually enjoy this movie for the most part. It's not anything special. I'm not going to act like it breaks ground or anything like that. I really think it has a lot of parts that are actually pretty slow and don't really know what it is doing and kind of plods, and the action isn't the greatest in the world because it is PG action and it's not really good PG action. But what saves it for me is Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang, played by Margot Robbie, Will Smith, and Jai Courtney respectively. I don't like giving Will Smith credit anymore because he punched my boy Chris Rock. Alright, that's fucked up. He was pretty damn solid in this movie though. I would easily say that those 3 characters carry the entire fucking movie because I feel like a lot of times, like I already said, it gets slow and it plods, and especially when they start introducing Jared Leto's Joker into things, and he's not really in the movie that much, but his presence is there because he like gives the security guard that he's flipped a phone to give to Harley and shit like that. So they like communicate through text, so you know it's Joker, and he kind of checks in on her, but he's not really in the movie. He's probably in it for a total of like 5 minutes, and I gotta be honest, most of it was pretty annoying. I'm a big or not really big, but I'm a Jared Leto fan. Like I grew up listening to 30 Seconds to Mars, his band, and pretty much anything I see him in, I think he's decent. That sounds kind of mean saying that, like, oh, he's decent, but you know what I mean. Like Morbius and shit, I feel like he was the best part of that. Like that movie was a mess, but Jared Leto was not that bad in it. So I usually give him a bit of a pass, but when it comes to his Joker, the more I've watched this movie, I probably watched this movie like 4 or 5 times now, and each time his Joker just gets more annoying to me, especially after we got Joaquin Phoenix's, and it's just, I don't like his Joker very much, and I think it is actually a detriment to the movie, because there's really only one scene I kind of like him where he gets a little bit more serious, but other than that, he's yelling shit like Harley's the itch in my crotch and shit like that. It's just not really my thing. To me, this movie is passable, and like if I'm going back and watching some DC movies, I'm not going to look at this one and say, that was trash, I fucking hated it. I just be like, yeah, it was alright. But for the most part, I really feel like this movie doesn't ever find its footing. It just doesn't to me. And by the end of the movie, you would think that eventually it would find it, and I don't think it ever does. Like, the third act is a complete crapshoot. At the end of the day, there are some redeeming scenes, and again, Harley, Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang are easily my favorite characters in the movie, and I don't think it's even close to, like, who's the best character in this movie, because it's easily those 3. I feel like they're all pretty even. You could argue Diablo, I guess, but I just don't think he gets enough focus. This is kind of a tough one for me, because yes, I do overall, like, I can come out of this movie and say, alright, I liked it for what it was, but I'm not gonna sit here and say this is completely worth your time. I feel like if you like any of the characters that I said are done well, yes, you would enjoy it, but if you watch it for Joker, if you watch it for the plot, if you watch it for fantastic action or anything like that, or honestly, this is kind of a fucking low blow here, but a good color palette because this thing's gray as fuck, then I don't know how good of a time you'll have. So I guess I would say it's like a little bit of a half recommend. You know what I mean? Like if you like villains, you like those characters, you're going to enjoy enough of it. I feel like it's a decent movie on its own, but overall, I feel like a lot of people would come out of it saying, this is it just wasn't good. And I feel like even I would come out of it that way, but there are just some redeeming qualities in it that I feel like can save movies that are just not very good. And I feel like the performances, again, from Margot Robbie, Will Smith, and Jai Courtney just save it. And again, they make it passable. So, I mean, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Be sure to let me know what you thought, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.